New hurricane alert. We're tracking a tropical storm that could become an especially powerful hurricane over the next few days. And a spectacular lightning storm lights the sky and knocks out the lights in the San Francisco Bay Area. President Clinton announces a new federal gun buyback program to get weapons off the streets. And the U.S. pressures Indonesia to stop the violence in East Timor.
This is the CBS Evening News, with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The potential is growing tonight for a monster Category 4 hurricane on the scale of Hugo and Andrew to deliver a big hit somewhere on the U.S. East Coast over the next 4 or 5 days, possibly from the Carolinas on up. Right now, officially Tropical Storm Floyd is just shy of hurricane force in the Atlantic. Forecasters have no doubt it will become a hurricane. Storm watches are already posted for islands in the Northeast Caribbean. All signs point to a major strengthening as it approaches the U.S. mainland. For an early read on the size, strength, and potential danger of this fast-moving hurricane threat, I spoke a short while ago with our weather consultant, Brian Norcross, at the CBS News Hurricane Center in Miami.
Well, significant, Dan, I think would be the word. Let's go right to the satellite picture here, and let me show you what's going on. Here you see a very large system. Now, it's not very well developed internally yet, but certainly has the possibility of being a very, very strong hurricane. We also see a very strong dip in the jet stream here, and we think that when Floyd gets up into this area here, that's going to keep it north of the islands down here. So they're all in good shape, but things will change over the weekend. That will be replaced with high pressure, deflecting Floyd a little bit to the west, probably scaring Florida. And then early next week, another dip, just like this is forecast. They could shoot Floyd up the East Coast. This is going to be a close call and probably going to be a scary scenario.
Well, Brian, given the potential danger, where on current models does a hurricane figure to hit and when?
Most likely, Dan, north of Florida. We think that this high pressure is going to deflect it toward Florida, but then these dips that have been coming all year have been very strong and are going to provide a very strong river of air north. So again, Carolinas to the entire Northeast may have to deal with this early next week.
Brian Norcross, thanks. There's also front page weather news in the West. In Southern California, Los Angeles is winding up the coolest summer since 1965. In Northern California, a reminder of how widespread the effects of hurricanes can be and of how dangerous lightning can be. Leftovers of a hurricane that hit Mexico the other day generated the most intense lightning storms in the San Francisco Bay Area in at least 20 years. The big overnight light show wasn't all fun. Thousands lost power and thunder triggered car alarms by the hundreds. The political climate is heating up again over gun control. As CBS's Bob Orr reports, President Clinton came out today with a new federal initiative to get some weapons off the streets by offering to buy them.
When the Washington, D.C. Police Department offered to pay $100 for every gun turned in, people lined up around the block with their weapons.
I had no idea that it would be this successful in the district.
Chief Charles Ramsey, who was hoping to snare 24 guns, literally ran out of money and wound up with a confiscated arsenal of nearly 3,000 weapons.
We recovered Tech-9s, Uzis, M16 assault rifles, brand new 45s, 9mm, a lot of very sophisticated weapons.
Similar gun surrender programs have been successful in a number of cities. In Orlando, guns were traded for sneakers. In L.A., for sports tickets.
6 tickets to the San Jose game.
We now know what works.
Today, President Clinton jumped on the gun buyback bandwagon. Flanked by police chiefs and mayors, the president pledged $15 million to help cities get some 300,000 guns off the streets.
Every gun turned in through a buyback program means potentially one less tragedy.
Critics, though, say gun buybacks are more about political public relations than crime fighting.
Gun buybacks do nothing except give individuals a little bit more money to go out and buy a better gun.
Don't tell me that out of 3,000 guns we bought, not one life was saved. I just don't buy into that.
The president also hailed the success of instant background checks on gun buyers. Since November, it's estimated those checks have kept guns out of the hands of 100,000 people who are not allowed to own them. But the event was not just a celebration of success. It was an orchestrated shot at Congress to further tighten gun laws by expanding background checks to cover gun shows. Even with the muscle of the police chiefs and the mayors, it will be a tough fight for the president to win. Bob Orr, CBS News, the White House.
Speaking out for the first time on the Asian crisis in East Timor, President Clinton said today that Indonesia must either stop the violence in the tiny province or allow international peacekeepers to do it. The U.S. military also suspended all official contact with the Indonesian military. Still, top U.S. officials say they see no reason to send U.S. troops to East Timor. CBS's Alan Pizzi is covering the trouble in Indonesia.
The first pictures to emerge from Dili, capital of East Timor, in days show a devastated ghost city. In scenes reminiscent of Serbian ethnic cleansing in Kosovo, armed militias and Indonesian troops opposed to independence for the tiny territory have driven as many as 200,000 people from their homes, their businesses, and even out of the country. Hundreds sheltering in the residence of Roman Catholic Bishop Carlos Bello were